Hi you guys, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, ready to do a page. It's been a while, and this is not one of the page kits I put together. This is the other pictures that I had, and I sort of ran out of time to put the page kit together, so I've done it now. I had already picked out the main papers, so I've gone in and added a whole bunch of embellishments from Shimelle, mostly Reasons to Smile, and a few from Main Character Energy. I had also looked at maybe pulling in these flowers, but I don't think I'm going to. The reason I'm doing this, I'm sort of leaning into this purple, is because my daughter was wearing a little purple dress on this day, and she's cooking with our friend Erin. They're either little pierogi or dumplings is what they're making, and she's helping make the dough. So I don't really have dumpling ephemera. I do have some baking ephemera, and then I'm doing some house plants since it was in his home. So I have an idea. I'm going to trim these photos down a bit, a few of them. I have a piece of white cardstock and these two pieces of paper. I think what my plan is to do a frame, I think. I was going to do, I could just do it on this and not do a frame, or I could do like a white frame. I don't know that that buys me anything. I don't know that doing the frame buys me anything, so maybe I'm just gonna do this. I'll still, I think I like it this way. I have cut off the branding strip here, and I love these pinked circles, and then the other side is a really nice wood grain. And I think what I want to do is a couple of big circles here, one out of the wood grain and one out of the pink. So the center one out of the pinked, and then a wood grain. And I may just nestle those, and it'll sit just off the paper. So I think that might look cute. And then I've got my 3 pictures. I don't know what I'm gonna call this yet. Gotta figure out, I'm gonna trim the top to bottom on these, I think, so that I can fit them. So if I do that circle, I don't want to cover up the whole edge of the circle though. So let me, I could see about cutting some of these into circles as well. I wonder how that would work. This one would be difficult. This one I can definitely do. So I might be able to do 2 of them as circles. That cuts down the bulk of them quite a bit. And then this one, just trim out a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. And then I can have the circles. So I think that is my plan. And then I will ink these edges probably with black, and I may even draw a pen line some edges on this as well. Yep. So, and then I have some florals that I can tuck in and use. So let me go off and do that homework. I'm going to use my Creative Memories circle trimming system to to make my circles, and I'm probably going to do them about this big. I want them into the page quite a bit, about 7 inches on the outside. So let me do that and trim out these photos also, and I'll be back. All right, so I just popped back in briefly while I did the circle cutting, just in case you haven't seen the Creative Memories circle cutting system. So the blue blade cuts the furthest away from the circle on the inside and furthest away on the outside. And then the red one is the closest in. So that gives you a difference in dimension. But what I'm going to do is shift my the circle over a bit to get a little bit of a wonky crescent, if you will. And I didn't cut it super cleanly because paper was moving on me a bit. I wasn't holding it down. I should have stuck it down a little bit better. So rather than having that nestle right up close to it, I'm going to offset it a little bit. And so that's sort of the base that I'm working with. Now, after I turned off the video, I thought I really want a little more contrast on the outside of that circle. So I went and found in the same Shimelle project pad, there's this dark purpley blue, somewhere between a dark purple and a blue. And so I cut the same kind of crescent from that one to help define the edge of that circle. And when I pulled out the paper, I thought, oh, well, that will make a really good frame for the page. So I gutted it and used it for a frame. And then I rounded the corners on all my photos and that purple paper. And now we're just really starting to lay in the title, which is Reasons to Smile, and all the ephemera that I pulled. I also made this little tag. It's just under 2.5 inches. I think it's 2.25 inches out of the same wood grain, which is kind of nice because it's cooking, so it's a little bit like a cutting board. And I am trying to ink everything in black. Sorry about that, you guys. It's that time of night. There's a lot of stuff going on outside, and the dogs go a little nuts. But if you've watched any of my videos, you know my dogs go a little crazy sometimes. They're very sweet, though, and they're really good company. So I'm just laying out all of the ephemera that I pulled is Shimelle, either from Reasons to Smile or from her last collection, Main Character Energy. They all mix really, really well. I did want to do some florals on this. My daughter's dress has florals on it. Even though she's hanging out with our friend Mr. Aaron, I figured it's okay. He probably wouldn't care that there were florals on here, though he'd rather have super modern artwork and stuff like that in his house. So we used to eat dinner with him when she was this age almost every Sunday night because he's such a good cook and he loved making new things, and he was really good about making things that Reese would eat. This was before her palate got horribly restricted as she got into elementary school. But he was making pot stickers this night. So we probably had vegetables and pot stickers, all homemade. The dough from scratch, everything. It's fantastic. So just laying in different pieces of ephemera. I do end up moving this little doing my best sticker. And that's part of the reason that I wanted to ink everything in black, is because I have a couple of little stickers that include black on them. So I wanted to tie that in. So I will tell you now that I end up having to fuss with this a lot when I pull this up to start sticking things down, because I don't know, I just messed it up. It didn't look right when I tried to put it back down. This looks perfect, and then I just struggle to get it all back together the way I want it for some reason. So here I have to start moving things to get adhesive on them. I'm going to pop up this one photo. It does come out in the end, but I spend quite a bit of time moving the photos around and the ephemera, because I just got on the struggle bus, you guys, for no reason. All right, so these still get moved a little bit more, but so one issue I have is I had glued down that, when I liked everything where it was, I had glued down that vellum heart because I couldn't get adhesive on it, because it's a little bit torn at the bottom, and that comes back to bite me because now I have to cover that spot no matter what. And for some reason I just can't get it lined up the way I want it. So here I don't want the wood grain right up against the wood grain. So this is where things start going a little haywire. So I'll just let you struggle along with me. It comes out fine in the end, but I don't want to cover too much of that tag. Oh, and you know, I never put thread in that tag. That's something I have to go back and do. So then I end up rearranging all my little ephemera clusters again, trying to figure out what I wanted where. Comment below if y'all struggle with some of this placement, or if you just are able to just slap it on there and be done. I just wish I could. Too much of an engineer, I think. Not that this looks that engineering-y. It's not symmetrical. It's not, you know, laid out and evenly spaced like some of my pages are. I'm really trying to push myself to be a little more artsy in my layouts and my embellishment clusters. No, sorry, that was not to y'all, that was to my dog. She's trying to bark. So here I'm ready to commit finally to that photo placement. And I just moved that, even though it tore the paper a tiny bit, I went ahead and moved that vellum heart. And just about everything is getting taken care of now. Almost done. Just tucking in those florals, so I have a big floral in each, and then I have a couple of small florals in each. I'm not sure if I got a heart in each, and I have a little baked treat in each of these 3 little clusters. And a potted plant in each of them. And then it's just about time for some little sprinkles. So I'm sprinkling on some of the smaller florals. And I end up not including this because I couldn't tuck it in somewhere without obscuring some of the important words. I decided not to use the rainbows, and this I decide I'm going to scoot over a little bit to put it more in line with the journal box. And then I shift a few things around. All right, so just some enamel dots, and I do have the Reasons to Smile enamel dots. I've said this before, I'm definitely going to be ordering some more of those. They're gorgeous, kind of clear and great colors, at least for the scrapbooking that I do. So here we go with some close-ups, I think. So this page is finished, all but the ribbon on the tag and journaling. And maybe I don't lift this up for close-ups. Maybe I can't remember. Oh, yes, I do. So Reasons to Smile, journal boxes, and a fun page done. Thanks a lot, you guys.